Hello and welcome to all our viewers in Nigeria and around the world to AM News on Global Television, coming to you live from the nation's capital, Abuja. I am Jumai Manson. Now, a quick reminder that Global Television is on DSTV channel 365 and Star Times channel 276. Now the news in full. In a key step towards approving next year's national spending, the Nigerian Senate has passed President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's 58.47 trillion naira 2026 appropriation bill for second reading. Topsy Gimba has details.
The passage followed a lead debate by Okoyemi Bamidele as the Senate leader who sponsored the bill titled A Bill for an Act to Authorize the Issue from the Consolidated Revenue Fund of the Federation the total sum of 58.47 trillion naira for the services of the Federation for the year ending 31st December 2026.
The 2026 budget is therefore not an experimental document. It is a budget of consolidation, consolidating reforms already undertaken, stabilizing key economic indicators, and accelerating growth through targeted public investment.
Bamidele described the budget as one of the consolidation, building on the administration's reform to stabilize the economy and bolster public finances. During contributions, fellow senators called on the Appropriations Committee to conduct rigorous scrutiny.
President, defense appears to have the largest share. And that is the mindset of this administration, to secure us, protect us, and of course, our armed forces and other security agencies.
This budget, which is earmarked at 58.4 trillion naira, is remarkable because the four main things which Mr. President has set out to achieve. Number one, which is extremely fundamental, the role of government, the primary security of lives and property.
That they understand that this money being appropriated is meant to ensure prudent procurement, appropriate remuneration, and ratio payment to our men and women in uniform who are taking all the risk so that Nigeria may be safer.
The Senate has now referred the bill to the Appropriations Committee for detailed review.
A bill for an act to authorize the issue from the Consolidated Revenue Fund of the Federation the total sum of 58 trillion 472 billion 628 million second reading taken. This bill is now committed to the Committee on Appropriation to revert to the Senate in 1 month.
Senator Goza Pabio, Topsy Gimba, reporting for Global Television News.
The Nigerian government has instituted new money laundering charges against former Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice Abubakar Malami and his son Abubakar Abdulaziz Malami over alleged financial transactions exceeding 1 billion naira. Now, the 16-count charge filed before the Federal High Court in Abuja, the Federal Republic of Nigeria, as the complainant, with Hajia Bashir Asabe named as a co-defendant. According to the court documents, the defendants are accused of handling, transferring, and concealing funds suspected to be proceeds of unlawful activities. Southern Nigerian communities residents in Kano State have pledged to support the state government in sustaining security, peaceful coexistence, and development. The assurance was given at a stakeholders dialogue involving leaders of South-South and Southeast communities in the state. Global TV correspondent Idris Jibril has details.
Concern about the need to strengthen security and social harmony, leaders of Southern Nigerian communities gathered in Kano to deliberate on ways of promoting peace and unity. The stakeholders dialogue organized by the Kano State Ministry of Information and Internal Affairs focused on fostering collaboration among residents, regardless of ethnic or religious background.
All things that are natural, that we do not in any way have monopoly over that. So it's high time we bury this kind of differences, we set aside, we save them aside, understand ourselves, and trade a cordial working relationship with the North-South, South with one picture, that is humanity, that is actually tying us together. Unfortunately, any other things done is secondary as far as humanity is concerned.
The Commissioner of Information and Internal Affairs, Ibrahim Waya, said government has intensified efforts to tackle recent security challenges recorded in some parts of Kano, urging leaders of the South and Southeast communities to help counter rumors and misinformation portraying Kano as unsafe. He warned that the spread of false information could heighten tension and misunderstanding.
The best way we can forge ahead is for us to keep them aside, embrace common thing among us, that is humanity, so that we can forge ahead. You have a duty to make Kano a heaven, because this is your heaven. Where you live with your family, where you children live, is another thing. And you want to make where you're living more comfortable than where your original city is.
Speaking on behalf of the delegation, the chairman of the Edo community in Kano, Chief Fred Akive, reaffirmed the community's commitment to peace and security, noting that members of the southern communities are living harmoniously in Kano and are ready to work closely with government authorities and security agencies to safeguard lives and property.
The matter of security is a concern for all of us. And because we are recorded here now to be addressed to, because when we started hearings, skirmishes from the borders, fears came into us. But all of a sudden, the government went into the matter and calm was restored. I will pray. God Almighty will restore peace in Kano and Nigeria in general, in Jesus' name. Amen.
Participants at the meeting emphasized the need for unity, mutual understanding, and peaceful coexistence for sustainable development as Kano continues to promote peace and inclusiveness. From Kano, Idris Jubrin, Global Television News.
The crisis in the People's Democratic Party has deepened as two senators from Rivers State have defected to the ruling All Progressive Congress, APC. Senators Orwell Oyeso and Berinda Umpagi formally announced their defections on the floor of the Senate during the plenary. Topsy Gimba has more.
Senator Nyeso, representing River East, cited wide consultations with stakeholders and irreconcilable PDP divisions. Senator Mpigi from Rivers Southeast pointed to the party's unresolved crisis at all levels, invoking constitutional provision. Both lawmakers thanked PDP for their platform, but said persistent factional disputes made membership impossible, stressing the need to align with the federal government to serve constituents better.
Senator Orwell Onyeso, I write to officially announce my defection from the People's Democratic Party to the All Progressives Congress. This decision is coming on the heels of several consultations with Rivers East Senatorial District people, whose collective aspirations I represent, and several other stakeholders to ensure the effective representation of Rivers East Senatorial District people in the red chambers.
A high-powered APC delegation, including the National Secretary South-South, Vice Chairman, Deputy National Chairman North, National Youth Leader, and Rivers State Chairman were all in hand to receive them, hailing the move as a boost to APC's influence in the South-South ahead of 2027 election. These bolster APC's numbers in the red chamber, while PDP grapples with more internal schisms. Topsy Gimba reporting for Global Television News.
Governor Hyacinth Alia of Benue State has presented the 2026 appropriation bill to the State House of Assembly titled Budget of Rural Development, Livelihood Support and Sustained Growth for Scrutiny and Approval. Governor Alia made the presentation at the newly renovated Assembly Complex in Markadi. Felicity Inderi tells us more.
Addressing members of the House, Governor Alia explained that the 2026 budget is a deliberate strategy aimed at repositioning the state's economy and to improve the living standards of the people of the state. He described the budget as a practical roadmap to inclusive growth, stressing that economic progress must translate into better living conditions for ordinary households.
This budget is structured to drive practical improvement in the lives of ordinary people, particularly those in rural communities.
Breaking down the figures, the governor disclosed that 281.1 billion, representing 46.4%, is allocated to recurrent expenditure, while 342.4 billion, representing 54%, is earmarked for capital projects.
This budget speaks to our collective hope. It speaks to our resilience. And above all, it speaks to our determination to build a peaceful, prosperous, and inclusive Benue State.
The Speaker expressed optimism that the 2026 budget would build on the accomplishments while introducing new projects to further develop Benue State, and assured the Governor of the House commitment for a speedy review and passage of the budget in the interest of the state.
Let me therefore quickly commend your leadership and demonstration of a shared commitment to the welfare of the people of Benue. And we are eager to study it, provide our input, and work together to ensure a successful passage and implementation.
The Assembly is expected to commence detailed consideration of the 2026 budget in the coming days as stakeholders look to the proposal to drive development and economic stability in Benue State. From the complex of the Benue State House of Assembly, Felicity Ndere reporting for Global Television News.
The cost of transportation in Nigeria has significantly increased ahead of the Christmas festivities, leaving many travelers with a heavy financial burden. Nafisa Baba visited Jabi Motor Park and tells us more.
As the Christmas season approaches, many celebrants are preparing to embark on journeys to spend the holidays with loved ones. However, the cost of transportation is telling on the travelers as the fares have risen astronomically.
Actually, it's a lot. And it's very discouraging to even want to travel, because last time we checked the news, fuel has actually even come down, but yet during December it's always inflating. It's always inflating every damn time. As our last week it was 18,000 naira, now it is 20,000 naira. So by next week it will be 24,000. So people are discouraged to even travel.
Several factors are contributing to the fare increases. They include high cost of fuel, wear and tear on vehicles, and the high demands for transportation during the Christmas season.
The challenge that we are facing on road is paining us. So we beg for government to help us and put more efforts with about the security for us for road.
That Lokoja road, it affects us. We don't see road to pass. Understand? Some drivers that live here since day before yesterday, they are still there up to now. They do not see way to pass.
The increased cost of transportation is likely to have a significant impact on travelers. Many will have to dig deeper into their pocket to secure a seat on buses or plane, while others may be forced to reconsider their travel plans.
Things are getting expensive during this festive period. We just hope
the cost of transportation is just one of the many expenses that come with traveling during the Christmas season. As travelers prepare for their journeys, it is essential to plan ahead, research options, and budget accordingly. Nafisa Baba, Global Television News.
It's Christmas. Homes, streets, and public spaces across Nigeria are being transformed with vibrant decorations, from sparkling lights to festive ornaments. Christmas decor adds color and joy to the holiday season. Saadatul Garba completes the report.
Christmas decorations have become a central part of holiday celebrations in Nigeria. Across cities and towns, businesses, public institutions, and homes are investing in colorful lights, Christmas trees, and festive ornaments to create a cheerful atmosphere. In residential areas, families take pride in decorating their homes with lights strung across windows, balconies, and gardens. Many households also display Christmas trees adorned with baubles, tinsels, and sparkling lights, creating photo-worthy scenes that attract visitors and neighbors.
Christmas decoration, I think it reminds everybody that it's actually really Christmas. It adds color and it makes the whole celebration a little bit more exciting.
Shopping malls, hotels, and commercial centers have also embraced the festive spirit. Giant Christmas trees, themed displays, and decorative lighting enhance the shopping experience, drawing in customers and creating lively environments for families and friends. Community centers and public spaces are not left out. Local governments and organizations often organize decoration contests, street light events, and festive exhibitions, fostering community engagement and cultural celebration.
Sometimes the way the lightning, somehow when you see the light, it gives you that memory that this is Christmas.
Retailers in the decoration business report a surge in demand for ornaments, lights, and seasonal decor items, reflecting the popularity of festive decorations among Nigerians. From traditional themes to modern and digital light displays, the diversity in decor options continue to grow.
Christmas decoration is good for house, for market. As person, if you do decoration for somewhere, it making everywhere beauty, smile. If another person see it, he can do it for his house.
Christmas decorations do more than brighten homes and streets. They bring people together, inspire creativity, and spread joy across communities. As the holiday season unfolds, the sparkling lights and colorful ornaments remind everyone of the festive spirit that defines Christmas. Sarah Tugarba for Global Television.
President Bola Ahmed Tinubu presented a 2026 budget proposal of 58.18 trillion naira to a joint session of the National Assembly on Friday, unveiling a fiscal plan centered on national renewal and sustainability and budget guided by the administration's Renewed Hope agenda. It lays emphasis on 4 critical pillars: security, education, health, and infrastructure. Global Television correspondent Zara Nasiru gets the views of some Nigerians on the proposed budget, especially as it affects security, taking the lion's share.
The Nigerian government's 2026 proposal allocates the largest share to the security sector, and the primary advantage cited is the establishment of a secure environment necessary for socio-economic and political development.
In the 2026 budget, defense and security received the largest single allocation, amounting to 5.41 trillion naira. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu stressed that security remains the bedrock of economic growth and social cohesion. According to him, the administration has earmarked on a comprehensive overhaul of Nigeria's national security architecture, emphasizing modernization, intelligence-driven operations, and the adoption of technology-enabled surveillance. In an interview with some Nigerians in Abuja, they described it as a welcome development and advised the president to ensure full implementation.
My advice is that, well, Mr. President, I think he said they are going to repeal the 2024 and 2025. So by March, they will be able to fund that, and that will come to an end so that the 2026 budget will be fully.
For me, giving the security the lion's share or the biggest share is okay, but accountability matters a lot in that situation.
Mr. President, 2024 budget, how do we implement it? 2025 budget, how do we implement it? Now, we are now present 54.18 trillion budget. In this country, we are giving 4.something trillion to security, whereas we don't have security.
The problem is the money getting to the source, and the problem is the use of the money for what it's meant for. Well, if they use it properly for what it's meant for, we will not have problem.
The president highlighted that the budget includes funding to strengthen the armed forces, expand personnel capacity, and procure advanced platforms and hardware to confront modern security threats.
Zahra Nasr, reporting for Global TV News.
You are watching the live broadcast of AM News. When AM News returns, Libya's Army Chief of Staff dies in Turkey airplane accident. Details coming shortly, plus business and sports stories on the other side of this break. Please stay with us. You're welcome back, and if you're just tuning in, this is AM News on Global Television. Thank you for staying with us. In business now, the Minister of State for Petroleum Resources, Oil, Senator Hanneken Lapobiri, has launched its Enterprise Content Management System, marking a significant shift in how work is organized, records are managed, and decisions are supported. Sadia Yakubu has details.
At the launch, which took place at the ministry, the minister said the initiative strengthens the effectiveness of public service, enabling fast work processes, secure record management, and reduce reliance on paper. He added that ministry occupies a critical position in national development with responsibilities for policy formulation, coordination, and oversight oil and gas sector. Hence, the ECMS efficiency directly impacts revenue generation, investment confidence, and national planning. The ECMS, according to him, is deployed on the OneGov cloud platform, enabling electronic approvals, automated workflows across government sectors.
And so when you appointed your head of service, I know, and I'll talk with some colleagues, that the civil service will begin to see the changes that it requires.
Head of Civil Service of the Federation, DD Esther Wilson, noted that digital transformation is a continuous process requiring consistent use, adherence to established processes, and sustained digital discipline which aligns with the ongoing public service reforms.
For a ministry that plays a strategic role in Nigeria's economic stability and energy security, this milestone is both timely and significant. The Ministry of Petroleum Resources occupies a critical position in national development with responsibility for policy formulation, coordination, and oversight in the oil and gas sector.
The launch of the ECMS is part of the effort to comply with the federal government's directive on the full digitalization of work processes by December 31st, 2025, and advances Pillar 5 of the Federal Civil Service Strategies and Implementation Plan 2021 to 2025. Sadia Yakubu, reporting for Global Television News.
It's the festive season, and markets across the country are witnessing a sharp increase in the sale of consumable animals. From poultry to livestock, a rise in demand driven by festive traditions is pushing prices beyond the reach of many consumers. Global Television correspondent Sadia Yakubu examines the reasons behind the high cost of consumable animals and how it's affecting both buyers and sellers.
Scenes like these have become common as we celebrate Christmas. Livestock markets are crowded, poultry stalls are flowing with buyers, and long queues form at butcher's shop. Clear sign that the festive season has entered its peak. Chickens, turkeys, ducks, goats, sheep, cattle, and pigs are in high demand as family prepares for Christmas celebration. For many households, a festive meal is considered incomplete without meat on the table.
Also, the challenges now is that period Christmas time, challenge money no day.
Traders say the surge in demand comes with a sharp rise in prices, transportation costs, limited supply, and increased feed prices have all contributed to the high cost of consumable animals. Poultry sales move fastest, while larger animals such as goats, sheep, and cattle are mostly purchased by families, religious bodies, and event organizers. Despite the high prices, the season remains economically significant. Farmers, transporters, veterinarians, feed suppliers, and market vendors all benefit from the increased activity. For many rural farmers, Christmas sales account for a large share of their annual income.
11,000 and so on and so forth. But unlike before, you can easily get. I don't like beef, quite alright, but I prefer ram meat.
However, the seasonal rush is not without challenges. Many consumers complain that prices are unusually high this year, forcing them to buy smaller quantities or abandon long-held Christmas traditions.
Like last year, now buying a chicken was about, though it was expensive, but not like this year.
Health authorities are advising the public to exercise caution, urging consumers to purchase animals and meat only from certified and inspected sources. They warn that poor hygiene and improper storage during the festive rush could increase the risk of foodborne diseases. As families prepare for Christmas celebrations, experts recommend early planning, responsible purchasing, and avoiding panic buying. They also stressed the importance of ensuring animals are properly sourced, handled and processed. While the Christmas season lasts only a few weeks or few days, its impacts on the consumable animal market, especially rising prices, continue to affect farmers, traders and consumers long after the celebration ends. Sadia Yakubu reporting for Global Television News.
In sports news now, Nigeria kicked off their 2025 African Cup of Nations AFCON campaign with a slim 2-1 victory over Tanzania, courtesy of Semi Ajayi and Ademola Lookman. The Super Eagles started strongly with Victor Osimhen and Lookman causing early problems for the Tanzania defense. Nigeria's first real chance came in the 11th minute when Chukwueze corner found Akol Adams, whose shot was saved by Tanzanian keeper. Now that's it on AM News. A quick reminder that Global Television is on DSTV channel 365 and Star Times channel 276. Kindly follow us across all social media platforms now showing on your screen. I am Jumai Manson. Thank you for watching. Up next is Global Morning. Stay tuned.